What happens when the government's top anti-corruption agency can't protect its own building? On March 28, 2025, a 30-story headquarters under construction for the State Audit Office of Thailand collapsed in Bangkok after a massive regional earthquake. More than 90 people lost their lives. But this wasn't just a natural disaster. Investigations revealed possible design flaws, substandard materials, procurement irregularities, and weak oversight. The shocking irony? The SAO's job is to audit government spending and ensure transparency. So how did a 2.14 billion baht public project fail so catastrophically? In this video, we break down the incident, the stakeholders, the procurement and engineering failures, the transparency paradox, and the reforms needed to stop this from happening again. Because transparency isn't just paperwork. It's the difference between a building that stands and one that falls.
Topic 1. 1. The incident. Details of the March 2025 SAO office collapse. On the 28th of March 2025, a 30-story office building under construction for the State Audit Office SAO in the Chatuchak district of Bangkok, Thailand collapsed after a powerful earthquake struck the region, cause of the collapse. The collapse was triggered by a major earthquake, registering magnitude 7.78.2 with its epicenter in central Myanmar. Tremors were felt across much of Thailand, including Bangkok. Investigations later found serious design and construction problems contributed to the disaster. Structural weaknesses, such as substandard concrete, improper reinforcement detailing, and flaws in the building's design, likely made the structure unable to withstand the earthquake's forces. 2. The irony. Contrast the SAO's duty auditing government spend with their own failure. The collapse of the new headquarters of the State Audit Office of Thailand SAO reveals a powerful irony. The SAO's core mission is to audit government spending, ensure fiscal discipline, and detect misuse of public funds. Yet the construction project for its own building, funded by taxpayers, became associated with alleged design flaws, quality concerns, and possible procurement irregularities. This contradiction is especially striking because oversight of integrity in public projects is also a mandate of the National Anti-Corruption Commission, NACC. When a flagship government project tied to financial accountability fails so visibly, it raises public questions about transparency, enforcement of standards, and institutional credibility. Why this matters for a transparency class: symbolic conflict. An institution responsible for monitoring public spending could not safeguard its own project. Public trust impact. Failures in high-profile state projects weaken confidence in anti-corruption systems. Governance lesson. Transparency requires not only auditing others, but also strict internal accountability. When oversight bodies fail internally, public trust in governance, anti-corruption systems, and fiscal responsibility can be seriously weakened. 3. The budget. How much was this project worth? The construction of the new headquarters for the State Audit Office of Thailand, SAO, was approved with a total budget of approximately 2.14 billion baht, about $65 million, depending on exchange rate at the time. Main contractor. The project was awarded to the ITD-CREC joint venture, a partnership between Italian Thai Development Public Company Limited, TD, one of Thailand's largest infrastructure contractors, China Railway Engineering Corporation, CREC, a major Chinese state-owned construction and engineering company. Why the budget matters for transparency analysis. It was a high-value public investment funded by taxpayers. Large infrastructure budgets require strict oversight on procurement, materials, and safety standards. The scale of funding intensified scrutiny after the collapse, raising questions about value for money and accountability. 4. Create a visual timeline from bidding 2025, right arrow construction, right arrow collapse 2025, bidding process 2020. The new headquarters project for the State Audit Office of Thailand, SAO, was formally approved. The construction contract was awarded to the ITD-CREC joint venture. The project carried a total public budget of 2.14 billion baht. The building was planned as a major government office complex in Bangkok. Construction phase 2021-2025. Construction progressed over several years as a high-rise office building. The project became a prominent public infrastructure development. Later investigations suggested possible structural design and construction quality concerns during this phase. Building collapse. The 28th of March, 2025. A major regional earthquake struck, and the unfinished SAO building collapsed. Rescue teams conducted emergency operations to locate survivors. The disaster triggered national investigations into accountability, safety standards, and public spending oversight. Topic 2. Stakeholder analysis. We have divided this topic into 4 parts, starting with 1. The owner, the State Audit Office, SAO. The State Audit Office, SAO, is Thailand's top financial watchdog. Its duty is to audit government spending and prevent corruption. It operates under the supervision of the Committee on State Audit Standards and is led by the Auditor General, often referred to publicly as the Governor of the SAO. In 2025, the SAO commissioned a 213 billion baht 30 story headquarters in Bangkok's Chatuchak district. Then, on the 28th of March 2025, that building collapsed during an earthquake. More than 90 people died from it. The irony? The very agency responsible for preventing corruption became the center of one of Thailand's most shocking corruption. What the investigation found is very shocking and revealed to us many problems, including possible bid rigging, manipulated procurement specifications, failure to implement an Integrity Pact, IP, which was meant to ensure transparency. Even more controversial, shortly before and after the collapse, the SAO was ranked highest in transparency by Thailand's anti-corruption evaluators. This raised one critical question: who audits the auditor? 2. The contractor, Italian Thai Development. This organization was founded in 1958. Italian Thai Development, ITD, has long been one of Thailand's most powerful construction firms. It built highways, railways, and mega projects across the country. But before the SAO collapse, ITD already carried a controversial reputation. Its president, Premchai Karnasutta, was previously convicted in the high-profile Black Panther poaching case, a scandal involving illegal hunting in a wildlife sanctuary. Beyond that, ITD projects were repeatedly linked to crane collapses on Rama 2 Road, accidents on Bangkok's pink and yellow monorail lines, safety violations, and cost overruns. Despite this history, ITD continued winning massive government contracts. Even after the SAO building collapse, ITD reportedly secured over 26 billion baht in new state projects in early 2026. This suggests more than simple negligence. It suggests protection. 3. The joint venture partner, China Railway, number 10 CREC. The SAO building was constructed by a joint venture between ITD and China Railway. No, 10 part of China's state-owned railway conglomerate. This ITD-CREC joint venture reflects a broader trend. Chinese construction partners collaborating with politically connected Thai firms to secure large infrastructure projects. Investigations revealed possible use of Thai nominee companies, allowing foreign firms to bypass legal restrictions and dominate public contracts. There were also allegations of bid rigging, pre-arranged tender specifications, substandard construction materials, including inadequate structural shear walls. This wasn't just an accident. It was a systemic failure of procurement, oversight, and engineering. 4. The watchdogs, NACC, DSI, and ACT. National Anti-Corruption Commission, NACC. Department of Special Investigation, DSI. Anti-Corruption Organization of Thailand, AC. After the collapse, The Department of Special Investigation indicted 23 individuals, including Premkai Karnasutta and senior engineers on charges of criminal negligence and forgery. The National Anti-Corruption Commission faced heavy criticism for awarding the SAO a top integrity and transparency assessment score despite the scandal. Meanwhile, the Anti-Corruption Organization of Thailand revealed that the required integrity pact for the project had never been properly implemented. In other words, the watchdogs were either bypassed or ineffective. This is all the stakeholder analysis that we have gathered the information for.
Topic 3. 1. The procurement flaw. The cost. On paper, this project was flawless. The term of reference is the foundational document that defines the requirements for a project. A median price calculation is the maximum budget allowed for a bid. The anonymous e-bidding process supposedly locked out corruption. This ensures the SAO does not see who is bidding until the system automatically reveals the names after the deadline. But it was all an illusion. An integrity pact was signed, but was it actually enforced? No. Appointed observers never physically inspected the site to verify the digital paperwork. The system drove the price down, but without site enforcement, it drove the safety down with it. This leads to corruption and substandard procurement processes. 2. The engineering failure. The cost. Blind oversight allowed the contractor to secretly claw back profit margins. The result was 5 fatal, unauthorized compromises. Elevator shaft design change. The cost structure was altered without engineering approval, and investigators found that the design of the elevator shaft was fatally flawed. Substandard steel. The project used steel rod from a manufacturer that failed quality tests. Reduction of wall thickness. Load-bearing walls were thinned from the mandated 30 centimeters to just 25 centimeters. Signature forgery. A structural engineer's signature was allegedly forged on documents. Inadequate embedment. The embedment length of the reinforcing steel, how deep the bars sit in the concrete. That missing 5 centimeters of concrete turned the building into a death trap. It's have a great impact. 3. The transparency paradox, the effects. Here is the ultimate irony. The local SAO overseeing the project received a high ITA score integrity and transparency assessment in 2025 and won NACC Transparency Awards with a score of 94.64 and ranked as one among independent constitutional organizations right as the building collapsed. This has raised many questions and doubts about these organizations. Why? Because the system measures digital compliance, not physical competence. They won awards for uploading budgets and e-bidding results on time, proving transparency is meaningless if it's just a box to check. 4. The legal consequence, the effect. Under the Government Procurement Act 2017, the public demanded accountability. Was ITD, the contractor, placed on the Comptroller General's Department blacklisting registry? Italian Thai Development ITD has been officially ordered to be blacklisted as of January 2026. This decision was a direct response to a series of high-profile disasters, including the catastrophic collapse of the State Audit Office SAO building. Instead of swift justice, the reality is a maze of finger-pointing between contractors, engineers, and officials hiding behind their transparency awards. It does nothing good for the country, and this process is progressing very slowly. Transparency without physical verification isn't oversight. It's just a well-documented disaster.
Topic 4. So, how do we stop this from happening again? We found that under current Thai law, specifically Section 109 of the Procurement Act, a contractor cannot be blacklisted unless the hiring agency complains. But in this case, the hiring agency was the State Audit Office itself. They were embarrassed by their own failure, so they stayed silent. Because they didn't complain, the contractor kept their license. This silence cost lives. Our first solution is automatic interim suspension. We propose a new rule. If a contractor is involved in a fatal collapse with more than 5 casualties, their government bidding license is automatically suspended for 12 months pending investigation. No proposals needed, no waiting. If you build unsafe structures, you are out of the game immediately. Second, we must solve the substandard steel problem. In the SAO collapse, investigators found that cheap steel was swapped in to cut costs. We propose blockchain material tracking. Every structural beam gets a digital ID on a public blockchain. If the steel delivered to the site doesn't match the digital factory record, the smart contract automatically blocks the payment. The contractor doesn't get paid until the safety data matches exactly. Finally, we need to fix the oversight. The integrity pack failed because the observers were blocked. We propose adopting the full cost standard. This forces projects to release safety reports to the public every month, not just to internal committees. We need independent engineers, not hired by the project owner, who report directly to a public dashboard that anyone can see. Transparency isn't just a score on a website or an award on a shelf. It is the difference between a building that stands and one that falls. By closing the legal loopholes and using technology to force honesty, we can ensure that the watchdog never fails to watch its own house again.